This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I'd like to call the Plan Commission to order for Tuesday, February 7th. Please, roll call, please.
Mayor Kodowski.
Here.
Chris Atkinson.
Here.
Mike Skippington.
Here.
Corey Campbell.
Here.
Jay Krieger.
Here.
And Gary. And Gary should be coming.
Okay, please stand for the pledge.
States of America, and to the with which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
And please remember our men and women throughout the world in uniform. I have no changes to the agenda. I need a motion to approve, please.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 5, action on the minutes from the regular meeting of January 3rd, 2023.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we'll make a second on that.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes from the meeting on January 3rd. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, number 6, comments from the public must be limited to items not on the agenda, must state name and address, limited to 5 minutes. The board's role is to listen and not discuss the item. Personnel items cannot be discussed nor individuals named, and the board is not able to take action at this meeting. We do not have any public here in Village Hall. If there's any public on the virtual side that would like to make any comments about items not on the agenda, please speak up now. Okay, nobody has, so we're going to move on to number 7. 7, action items. 7A, action on annual renewal of a conditional use home occupation license located at 2090 Marley Lane. Aaron.
All right. This is just a, as the title says, an annual renewal of a conditional use permit for a home occupation for a licensed daycare. In our code, for any licensed daycare that's operated in a home, it does require an annual renewal. So this is just the annual renewal request at Plan Commission that will go to Village Board then for final approval.
Okay, this person has had this home occupation for quite a while, yeah.
As long as I've been here.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion and a second to approve the home occupation license. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. 7B, action regarding ordinance number 02-5-23, amending section 17-6-200, parent I, signage, Ashwaubenon Municipal Code. Aaron.
This is a request of village staff to amend our current sign code to allow for an option for a 4th wall sign on large buildings. Large buildings being defined as those that are at least 5 stories and 200,000 square feet. The impetus for this request came as a result of discussion at Site Plan Review Committee regarding the Bellin Ambulatory Surgical Center and their request for a 3rd wall sign earlier, or I guess in January. At the meeting, there was discussion about such as being a large building. They'd like a 4th wall sign. As staff, we don't see an issue with that, but in order to make that happen, we'd have to bring it through as an ordinance amendment to allow for such a 4th wall sign to be an option for large buildings.
Okay, Aaron, could I just stop you for a minute? Gary, could you mute? Oh, you did mute. Okay, thank you, because we're getting feedback here from your computer, so thank you. Thanks, Aaron. Okay, continue.
Right. You bet. So the allowance for the 4th wall sign would still require approval by the Site Plan Review Committee under the same conditions that are identified for a 3rd wall sign. So taking into account surrounding land uses, traffic patterns, buildings, residential uses, so on and so forth. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, we do have a representative from Bellin, or from Elevate 97, I'm sorry, representing Bellin, in the audience as well.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? This was at site plan earlier today. Gary did have a question, but Aaron answered it.
Yeah, and Aaron, I'm assuming that this is still, when the signage and all that comes up, it's still going to go through committee for approval, even if it is a fourth sign, right?
That's correct.
Okay, all good. I'll make a motion to approve this amendment to the ordinance number 02-5-23, section 17-6-200I. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the ordinance number 02-5-23. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. 7C, action regarding ordinance number 02-3-23, repealing and replacing Chapter 14 floodplain, Ashwaubenon Municipal Code. Aaron.
Okay. A few years ago, we amended our floodplain maps to reflect updates from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, and the DNR. In accordance with those updates, we are required to revise our floodplain ordinance itself to come into current standards and current requirements from both FEMA and the DNR to maintain our residents' eligibility for flood insurance, should they decide to purchase that. So this amendment is based on the DNR's model ordinance. It's been reviewed by the DNR for conformance with FEMA requirements as well. So really, there's a whole lot more to say about it, other than it's basically a model ordinance that we are required to adopt.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this?
Aaron, is this something that is new or has been done in the past?
We've had a floodplain ordinance in effect for a long time. Every municipality in the state that participates in the insurance program is required to have a floodplain ordinance on the books. What this one does is it updates it to current standards.
Do we have records of people who are on it?
No, we do not. But we did notify when the maps were amended a year or two ago for those that had any changes to the floodplain on their properties. Only areas that were affected by the map changes are really along the Fox River, and those areas were actually reduced in floodplain a bit. It wasn't much at all.
Okay. Okay, I'll move to approve the floodplain agenda as you presented it.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 02-3-23 about the floodplain. Any other comments, concerns? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. 7D, action regarding ordinance number 02-4-23, creating Chapter 23, Ashwaubenon Municipal Code, Shorelands and Wetlands. Okay, Aaron, another exciting topic here.
It is. This is an ordinance that is required to be on the books for the village, for those areas of the village that were annexed after, I believe it's May 7th of 1982. Under state statute and state administrative code, we are required to have this on the books. For some reason, I don't know why or how it happened, but it was at some point taken off the books for the village. It may have been an ordinance update years ago, and it was just dropped accidentally. I'm not sure why, but we are required to have and enforce this ordinance. And I did talk with Patrick Legal about this as well, and just confirm that, I want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly, because every other place I've worked has had this on the books. And he reviewed it, and he said, yes, we are indeed required to have this ordinance on the books. So this, again, is based off a model ordinance from the DNR. And what this does is it puts the shorelands and wetlands ordinance back on our books.
Okay, anybody have any concerns?
Aaron, the same principle as the wetlands.
Same as the floodplains in concept, in that we are required under state statute and state administrative code to have this ordinance in our code.
All right.
Okay, does anybody want to make a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the action regarding the ordinance 02423, creating Chapter 23 of the Ashwaubenon Municipal Code, shorelines and wetlands.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve ordinance number 02-4-23. Any other comments, concerns? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Number 8, items for next agenda. Will we have items?
We will.
Okay, we will have a meeting then in March. Okay, I need a motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second that.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice night.